Susie Piggy Bank. I got plenty change. She rep HBK over everything. Married to the game with the wedding rag. Everybody try to.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from all of us at 2K Sports. Can you do like an Irish accent there, Kenny?
I am a Smith, so that is an Irish descent.
He's not a real Irish. Shiver me timbers, Ernie.
Shiver you timbers.
That's not a St. Patrick's Day.
That's Lucky
deal.
Charms. What do you
Shiver
mean?
me timbers.
Shiver me timbers, Ernie.
Oh,
at any rate,
it means it's Irish.
This is Ernie Johnson, and we got moments away. It'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Brooklyn Nets. And for Brooklyn, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And as we march toward the end of the regular season, your opinion on veterans being rested in back-to-back games.
You know, Ernie, hear a lot of people complain, but let me tell you, from personal reasons, it's the right thing to do in some cases, especially for the older teams to have a real shot to win a championship. Popovich has been doing it. Look how many rings he got.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about extending the regular season and taking away some of those back-to-back games. But it's like bowling, Ernie. I'm a good bowler. Like, you're using your right arm a lot, and sometimes you need to rest it. You can't just start bowling with your left. So, for me, I bowled a perfect game twice in my life. I'm only using right hand. You need that rest.
That was the worst analogy I ever heard in my life.
No.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Think
How good a bowler are you, Kenny?
I'm probably like a 190 bowler.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, consistently.
I don't buy that either.
Me either.
Okay.
Are you a good bowler, Shaq?
Yep, good cereal bowler.
Oh!
At the other forward position, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 16, Al Gasol. At guard 6'7" from Marquette, number 21, Jimmy Butler. Coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Chicago Bulls.
We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We're live at the United Center where the Chicago Bulls have home court advantage. And the continued absence of Andrew Bogut-Clark, the story for them.
Yeah, and they're very happy to know that he'll be back on the court soon. But I'll be interested to see how it affects their chemistry when he does come back. That's always a challenge. They've got a good thing going right now, and they've actually been playing excellent basketball without him.
I tell you what, though, Clark, those are the kinds of problems we'd all like to have. I mean, this team has been getting it done in his absence, and hopefully he can return and deliver a jolt of energy, if you will, to really maybe put them over the top.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Brown at the 2 with Johnson at the 3. Brook Lopez is out there with Robinson, and it's Jack in at the point. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Lionel Hollins. And Doris, what'd you find out?
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's Jack, following the basket by Thomas Robinson. Johnson attacking. Banked in off the glass. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. And Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Round with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Lopez left side. Lets it go from 14. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Lopez has got his first 2 points. Lopez with the steal. Jack against Rose. Johnson goes in. And it's Brooklyn scoring again. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Rose passes to Noah. Butler from outside. And again, no good by Chicago.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Johnson in the corner. Lopez. Johnson's shot is off.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the leaner's probably not the best option on that shot.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And Brooklyn has possession after the Bulls pick up 2. The screen from Brown. And it's Johnson again missing. Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the Wizards in Washington.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Here's Noah. And it's Chicago scoring again. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Robinson a screen on Rose. Robinson kicks to Johnson. To the inside, and the dunk by Lopez.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Bulls trail by 4. Rose dishes to Gasol. Butler from outside. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Butler's got 5 points so far.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And here is Jack, coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia. Johnson, good.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back. A splendid pass that time by Rose. Shooting one.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Now, here is Jack. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The 3. It's rebounded by Noah. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the 76ers.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how dominant they were based on the numbers. I mean, they just completely dominated the glass.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. The Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Inside, here's Lopez, and he bangs it home with one hand.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Noah, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really his signature move once he goes airborne. This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Lopez passes to Jack. He kicks to Robinson. Can't get it to go. And it's Chicago the other way. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
Now here's Johnson. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
Got a piece of it. Noah's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
The baseline jam. And it's Robinson again missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Some changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Brooks in for Rose. And the Nets also making a change. Bargnani's checked in. Now here's Johnson. 7 points in the game. Out to the right wing. And there's Bargnani on the assist by Johnson.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Here's Gibson. Another one falls for Chicago.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
And it's Johnson penetrating.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
A good game for Johnson. He's already got 8 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
And the Bulls making a change here. Portis is checked in, and that one's good. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
They set the pick to the wing right side. Stolen by Brooks. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. And it's Butler with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
There's the dish to Bargnani. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Johnson wide open. He fires. The shot no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
So it's Brooklyn now. Aaron Brooks missing his last shot. Takes a three. Johnson's shot is off. The Bulls leading by 7. And Mirotic kicks to Gibson. The rebound by Johnson.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Brooks dishes to Mirotic. And it's good off the back rim and in. And the Bulls lead by 7.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch. Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Brooks, the pass to Butler. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. In transition, here come the Nets. Pass to Larkin, kicks it out to Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing. In transition, here come the Bulls. Johnson with the block. They retain possession. And it's Butler with the jam.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Timeout called, the Nets.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
Here's Larkin. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Johnson with a screen on Brooks. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, and if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
It's stolen by Johnson. There's 1:17 left to play in the first. Larkin kicks to Johnson. And he gets it to go from the high post. Johnson's got 13 points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game. Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Chicago leading by 7. Out to the right wing. Releases. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Time. Karasov, no luck. Now Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Butler, and he takes the feed in stride and shines it home.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Gibson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And that's now 6 points here for Taj Gibson. Larkin kicks to Johnson. Shoots the 3. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And he gets it to go. That's now 8 points here for Taj Gibson.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Johnson right side. They get the rebound. A 3 ball. And the shot is good. Johnson's got 19 points. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's the Bulls. They're up by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And Nets head coach Lionel Hollins known for his no-nonsense style, but he'll tell you.
I told them all, you can joke with me, you can laugh at me. I'm not perfect. You'll see me hobbling out there on the court. You'll see me stumble as I'm trying to show you a defensive move. It's funny. There was a time when you wouldn't be laughing because I'd be kicking your butt, but that time is long past.
I still don't think that Coach Hollins is anyone to be trifled with, and I think the net players would agree with me on that one.
Oh, yes, I know they've got that one figured out. And I do, too, as a matter of fact. The last thing anybody on the team better be doing is laughing at Lionel Hollins. Just ask Darren Williams.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Hollis Jefferson. Robinson is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Jared Jack, and it's Brown in at the 2 spot. That's good. 12 points for Brook Lopez. Here's Rose. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
It's the Nets now. After the missed 3 from Joakim Noah. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Now, here's Lopez. He's coming off a 25-point game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Brooklyn trailing. Jack passes to Hollis Jefferson. To the right side. And Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Noah's shot is off.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Lopez, no luck. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Outside for Gasol. Over Lopez. It's Gasol missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And the first one at the line is good. And Brown drops them both. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. On its way from Rose for 2. That doesn't go either for Rose. Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Brown dishes to Lopez. And the shot no good, a bit short. Chicago trailing here. Here's Rose. That's good.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Now here is Jack. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. And the Nets lead by 1. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Here's Jack after the Bulls pick up 2. Lopez passes to Hollis Jefferson. Shot by Jack, wide open. They grab their own miss, and that one's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight. And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. He has been that leader today. And I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Here's Hollis Jefferson after the made shot from Joakim Noah. Hollis Jefferson passes to Brown. 3 on the clock, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 16 points for Brook Lopez. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. And it's Noah again missing. The Nets have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. The wide open look here for Lopez. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Now it's a 3-point Nets lead.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Lopez a screen. And Jack kicks to Lopez. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Rose, that's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Jack. Here's Robinson. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Robinson's got 4 this quarter.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Now here is Jack after the miss from Pau Gasol. And Lopez has it in the corner. And it's Lopez again missing. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Shot A. I like that, Greg.
Timeout called, the Nets. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Lopez, no luck. Chicago leading. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He went over the offensive game plan and that it hinges on running through Lopez. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. On defense, Chicago. Karasov, no luck.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And so it's Brooklyn with it after the Bulls pick up 2. Larkin kicks to Lopez. Wide open look. They get it again. Bargnani can't cash in from close range. Chicago with the ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. And that one's good. And it's a 7-point Chicago lead.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Here's Larkin. Brooks covering. Larkin kicks to Karras. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Chicago with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Took him no time at all on that one. 15 points for Jimmy Butler to Bargnani. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make it.
Trail by 5. Here's Larkin. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Brooks. Lopez with the block. Johnson outside. He dishes it to Larkin. The 17-footer. Again, the Nets for 2.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right
there. Chicago leading by 3. Down low, stolen by Bargnani. Here's Karasov. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Into the Bulls, shooting has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point. Got that one up quick. And 12 points here for Taj Gibson.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner. Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Here's Larkin. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. And Brooklyn has possession. Following the miss by Taj Gibson. Johnson kicks to Larkin. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Lopez left side. Here's Karasov. Brooks covering. Larkin kicks to Lopez. Here's Bargnani. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Injuries have certainly taken their toll on Bargnani, culminating in disaster last season. Greg suiting up for only 29 games, the fewest ever in his career.
Yeah, I mean, he had a series of leg injuries, the hammy, the calf. Really unfortunate part about it is that he has so much talent, but yet really to develop that on the floor because of all the issues.
6 to shoot. Launches a 3. Rebound collected by Snell. Snell's got his 3rd rebound on the night. The drive by Brooks. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists in the game.
And in thinking about Bargnani's impact, he's a guy who can generate points from every spot on the floor. 3-point range, converts at the rim. He's about 7 feet tall, 250 pounds, and shoots free throws like a guard.
And talking about Bargnani last season, he was actually generating efficient numbers when he was healthy. I mean, way up in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. I would love to see him remain healthy and have a chance to quiet the doubters.
Johnson against Butler. And stolen by Butler. Dishes it to Snell. A beautiful reverse layup. Snell's got 4 points in the quarter. Clark, talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Butler.
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Nets lead by 1.
Andrea, you've had to face an offense that likes to run at a very fast pace. Has it been difficult to try to slow them down?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. The main thing, we got to run back in transition because we've got tremendous speed. So they hurt us on the fast break, so everybody got to get back.
That's a good starting point, Andrea. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Brook Lopez came out on a mission in the first. He had 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. The 3 E's, Shaq. That's all I got to say. They've avoided turning the basketball over, and that's a recipe for success. Now, here's how they do it. By sacrificing the highlight reel plays, you get good looks, and those home run plays will still come.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
It will really help their cause to get to the line more. It's a close game, and every point matters. The team that usually wins a game like this is the more aggressive team, pushing the ball, taking it hard to the paint. That's the team that's going to get rewarded.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store.
Well, Lopez has been great. He's got 21 points and 2 rejections. He's been an intimidator down low. Even if a shot gets over him, he's pulling down the board.
And Clark, he's just in a total zone right now. We talk about zones for shooting. This guy is in a zone in terms of controlling the paint.
At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Snell in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
Jack with the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Snell, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. Snell's got 4 points in the quarter.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half. And for Lopez, last year was the first time since he was a rookie that he didn't start every game. I mean, that is a huge shot to your confidence. I don't care who you are or what your circumstances, but you know what? At the end, he rose above it. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Bank shot, no good.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
You know, on the topic of Lopez last season, ugly beginning, but things got beautiful over the last 2 months. 55% shooting, nearly 20 and 10 a game, some of the best numbers of his career.
There's a screen by Robinson. Back to Johnson. Robinson dishes to Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing. Kicks it to Rose. And taken away by Brown. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Jack. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jack's got 5 now.
I love that superb pass that time, guys. It allowed them to get behind the defenders. The hoop was there waiting for them.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
We're really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in this game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Mirotich's shot is off. Nets trail by 3. Here's Johnson. Chicago grabs the miss. Butler's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 14 points for Joakim Noah.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Here's Jack, and Butler sends it back. In transition, here come the Bulls. Moving it up. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Nets trail by 5. Now Jack, he has 5. Shot off the screen, and Gasol sends it back. Johnson attacking. Sweet little floater. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Here's Noah. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's now 10 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Johnson, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
It's tipped. In the corner, it's Jack. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for Butler. Bargnani is checked in for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Joe Johnson. Here's Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Unstoppable. He has got it on automatic out there.
And, you know, the defensive effort is not bad. They're doing the best they can, but he's been simply too much for him.
No good from Bargnani.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brown. Robinson. Rebounded by Rose. Chicago leading by 7. Goes up. And Mirotic throws it down.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
You know, whatever they chopped it up about during the break, it's worked. I mean, they've really been excellent in their execution since halftime.
It's Brown with the drive. Goes back up. Rejected by Gasol. It's 2-on-1. And here we go. Knocks it loose and taken away by Brown. Jack with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Jack passes to Robinson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to 6 and the bucket from Jack.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And Brooks.
We gonna eat. This room gonna be on fucking. We gonna eat. interruptions.
Gets it to go.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Robinson misses.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time, and in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Here's Karasov. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Larkin. He's covered by Rose. Larkin kicks to Bargnani. But they'll get another chance.
Tough play underneath to give them another shot.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Back to Rose. Again, Chicago.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Larkin, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Picked by Bargnani. Here's Larkin. That one rolling around and rims out.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it. Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
The Bulls leading by 14.
And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Larkin kicks to Robinson. The 9-footer's on the mark. Robinson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Portis. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And the Bulls lead by 14. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
The Bulls have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Bargnani. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him. The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Larkin. Let's keep it alive.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Take a look at what Snell's done. He's got 10 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
And so Snell nails both of them. It's the Nets now. 15-point game. There's a minute left to play here in the third. Larkin. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
That's good. 16 points here for Taj Gibson.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
And there's the feed to Robinson. And Gibson sends it back, but they'll get another chance. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. They get it back, and another shot. In transition, here come the Bulls. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
Here is Brooks. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Good. Hollis Jefferson's got 8 points. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Snell. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
Buckets coming in bunches right now. He is just being big time.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bulls out front, up by 15. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And welcome back as we continue our St. Paddy's Day broadcast. The Bulls leading by 15. So for Brooklyn now, Brown at the 2 with Johnson at the 3. Brook Lopez is out there with Bargnani, and it's Jack in at the 1 spot. Here's Noah. Cans the shot from the wing. Noah's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Bulls. And the net shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Jack dishes to Johnson. Bargnani sets the screen for Johnson. He used that pick to perfection.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Three-pointer, Butler. Here's Noah. And that one's good. Noah's got 4 this quarter.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Bulls, Brook Lopez.
That's good from Lopez. And both free throws good for Lopez. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. To the middle. And finished off by Gasol.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's Jack. Lets it go from 11. Here's Lopez. Noah with the block. They recover it. Here's Brown. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in 1 trip down the floor.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in.
At the line for the Bulls.
Free throw, good Butler. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Nets trail by 18. And Jack kicks to Lopez. Over in the corner, Brown. Lopez sets a screen for Jack. Shot off the screen. And the shot falls short this time. Bulls have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Lopez with the steal. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Lopez. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Jack inside the line. Offensive rebound. Lopez passes to Johnson, and Gasol sends it back.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Johnson outside. Fires from 14. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Jack's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Here's Gasol. Hits the front of the rim and out. Nets trail by 16. Looking to get it going. Goes back up. No luck. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Here's Snell. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Bargnani is screen on Rose. And Jack, here we go. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Nets trail by 17. Johnson outside. Here's the three. Rebound by Rose. Rose has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really an extraordinary game for Butler. He's got 26 points and 9 assists.
And we're seeing him at his very best today. Just really a joy to watch.
Well, I know I'm thoroughly enjoying it because he's amazing when he's on top of his game like this.
The net shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Jack dishes to Johnson. Down low, and finished off by Robinson.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page. And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
The Bulls leading by 17. It's tipped and taken away by Johnson. And Jack kicks to Lopez. They double him with Noah. Brown the pass to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Lays it up and banks it in. Johnson's got 14 points now in the second half. And for Robinson, the trade's way on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Got that bucket in no time at all. That's now 32 points for Butler.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Good.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Here's Noah, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball. Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Nets trail by 16. Jack up on top. He's covered by Rose. And Jack, here we go. Here's Robinson, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count. Excellent game we've seen from Thomas Robinson. He's got 10 rebounds now and 3 great steals. Excellent defensive presence on the glass and delivering some of that shot blocking skill too.
He has really just owned the paint. Well-rounded performance.
And it's Rose penetrating. Got that one up quick. Snell's got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Lopez left side. 17-foot shot on the way.
Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
Noah with it. He's picked up by Lopez. That's a 2 from Butler. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Brown. That one falls coming off Johnson's feed. Johnson's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Chicago leading by 12. To the middle. Here's Gasol. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Rose with the ball. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Lopez with the steal. Butler against Jack. Robinson sets a screen for Jack. Robinson left side from 15 feet away. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Snell dishes to Rose. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. There's a screen by Robinson. Jack. The shot is off. Good D by Gasol. Well, Chicago has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Thomas Robinson. Here's Chicago. Rose kicks to Gasol. And they cash in right away with a quick shot. Gasol's got 12 points here in the second half. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Johnson outside. Lets it go from deep, and he gets it to go. Johnson's got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for Brooklyn.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
To the inside, and finished off by Noah.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. Guys, I know we've been battling. You may feel a little bit gassed, but we got to dig deep right now and find a way. Take a deep breath, and let's get it done. Kevin?
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Nets ball.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
It's stolen. Inside. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. And that's now 21 points for Rose.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity. And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on. He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
To the paint, here's Butler. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Butler's got 36.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Chicago.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with night in and night out, win after win this year, and they have earned it. Tonight will make it 62 wins on the year for them.
And by way of consistent adjustments in this season series, they're going to come away with another victory tonight, completing a 3-zip sweep for the year against the Nets.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Rose. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Robinson kicks to Jack. And it's Jack again missing.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
Chicago with the ball. Lopez with the steal. Jack passes to Lopez. Good chance here for Johnson. Wide open shot is on the money. Johnson's got 41. Rose dishes to Snell. Takes the 13-footer. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Joe Kim, plenty went right for the team tonight, and how you guys executed. What was the key to getting the job done?
I think we just moved the ball real well tonight. We played hard. We're a tough team, you know, and we just want to get better, and it was a good win for us tonight.
Congratulations. We appreciate the time. Over to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo of the game.
He was completely in sync with the whole team tonight. And you can see that in the assist numbers, which were spectacular, I might add. It's hard to imagine him having a better night passing the basketball. Man.
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots. I don't care if you're playing one-on-one or one-on-5. That is a great percentage.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
I got a
sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for New Orleans, nice job they've been doing over the last 10 games. 8 wins and not having too many problems. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds.
How you doing? What's up, man? About to put on a show tonight.
We'll see about that. My team's ready.
Well, you better hope so. That's the only chance you got.
I'm going to remember that, freak. It's on.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. With Doris Burks on the sideline as well. We'll see the New Orleans Pelicans and the Chicago Bulls. It's got to be a relief to see Jimmy Butler back in uniform, looking healthy and ready to go.
Kevin, you know.
And Freak subbed in for Mike Dunleavy. Omer Ashik, he's checked in for New Orleans. Pondexter comes in for Davis. So the Pelican 5 right now. Holiday at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. Omer Ashik is out there with Anderson. And it's Pondexter in at the small forward. Looking at the last game for the New Orleans Pelicans, it was a win against the Celtics in Boston.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance and road wins where everybody...
To give that effort defensively.